welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods. Now today guys, I thought to do sort of a quick update for you to see what's going on the channel. We've got a few new things, we've got a few other things coming up, so I thought I'd just do an update. I have been doing it in my videos, but I do like the videos to be about a specific model I'm doing and not really any news, because some people don't even listen to that, they're just there for the build. So I thought I'd just do this quick channel update and just to let you know what's going on the channel, basically. I do apologise if you can hear some noise in the background. The 3D printer is going away, printing away like mad. I'm just trying to do something that hopefully I can paint and put on a model. But anyway, let's just talk about a few things. So DeLorean, I'll come to that first. Now, Fantastic Fan Home have brought in the models from Eagle Moss when Eagle Moss went under. So they have bought some of probably the most important models that Eagle Moss was doing. So we're talking the Upto 1, the Enterprise, the Eleanor, and the DeLorean. Okay, so DeLorean and Upto were the most important ones to me because that's the two I was building. Unfortunately, nobody's taken on the wooden Titanic from Eagle Moss, so I think that's kind of a dead one in the water now with that one, literally. I mean, that's ironic, really, isn't it? Yeah, it's a shame nobody's taken that one on. It would have been nice to finish that build because I was really enjoying it. And I was really looking forward to creating a wooden ship. But, you know, never say never in the future. I'm sure that's something I can look forward to down the line. But the main thing is the DeLorean for me. Now, I'm heavily invested into the DeLorean. As you well know, I am up to... Well, I've got up to 94 to build. I did 92 about a week ago, and I'm up. I can build up to 94. So 95 is where I've registered to start with not Eagle Moss, with Fan Home. Now, as far as I'm aware, what will happen is you'll get the first 2 packs from Fan Home. So that will be for me issues 95 and 96. And then what we'll do is we'll get 5 issues a month. I worked that out on what I've got left to do and to get it up to the Back to the Future 3 car. And it works out as 63 issues. And if I divide that by 5, it works at about 12 to 13 months I've got to go on this one. So, yeah, I thought we were near the end, but we're not. We probably would have been near the end with Eagle Moss if we'd have carried on with it, but unfortunately not. So the DeLorean will be finished on this channel. I will be continuing it. We are just waiting for the parts now. Fan Home did put something on the website saying will be available from the 24th of April. So I'm working out that in May that we'll start getting hopefully some parts, and then we'll continue to get the 5 in June. Now, if that's the case, it'll be June next year when the DeLorean will be finished. So, still got quite a bit to go, but, I mean, these are the exciting end stages, so, you know, I'm not really complaining much, because it's going to look amazing, even when we get it up to the Back to the Future 1 and the Back to the Future 2 car. So, you know, the Back to the Future 3 is just an added extra for me, and I love the Back to the Future 3 car. Now, the Upto 1. Now, yes, it is unfinished. It is still behind me. And yes, I do have all the bits 3D printed from Part Work Upgrades. Thank you to Ian for doing that to me. It's one of them that I just have not got round to doing. And the reason why I have not got round to doing it is basically I've got to take the shell of that car off again. Because I've had a few problems and I'm not too sure where I might have gone wrong with the wires that are going up to the roof rack. That is why I haven't continued with that build. And to put on that outer shell, I'm not looking forward to taking it off because there's a lot that has to come off, including wheels, including other bits and pieces. It's like going to be acting in reverse, but it's something that what I need to do is when I've got a free day, is to literally take it off, get it upside down and get working on it again. Once I've done that, I can continue. Now, I had this crazy idea with the Upto 1, is that I'm going to finish it with the Part Work Upgrade part for the first movie. So what it looked like in the first movie, because I've got all the bits for that. But then I had this wild idea. It's like, well, why don't I finish it off with Fan Home, and let's see if we can get it up to the second car roof box on the car that it plays in Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, it's going to be easier said than done, but it's definitely something I'm looking into. definitely something I'm looking into, because I've only got a few issues, about 3 packs to finish of the Ecto one. So it sounds crazy just not to go in there and finish it and just get the bits and adapt them the way they are. I'm sure we can look at it somehow and work it out. But that's where the Ecto one is at the moment. So, you know, they are there. They are going to be finished, and hopefully we'll get them sorted. Rossi bike is still coming along lovely. I did the last 5 stages yesterday, which was pack 7, I believe. It doesn't seem 2 minutes since we started that bike, actually. So that is, again, coming on nicely. I'm going to keep the Rossi bike as a pack build. Because the issues are so short, it's better to do it as a pack build than it is to do it as issue by issue. I did put a questionnaire out on the channel about what people wanted, and pack building seemed to come in top, so it's definitely something I have looked at and I'm trying to bring into the channel. I'm going to continue that the same with the camper van. Now, the camper van is the same as well as the Rossi bike. Not much to do in each stage. So I'm going to stick to pack builds. So you'll only ever get one of them a month from carrying on. So you'll get once a month, you'll get the Rossi, and once a month you'll get the camper van after I have got issue 32. Because I'm still waiting on issue 32 from D'Agostini so I can continue with the camper van. Now, it's been dispatched. I've got the proof of the online account that it's been dispatched. I'm just waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting to receive it, and then I can get on with the next pack. And then when the next pack arrives, which has also been dispatched from D'Agostini, I can get that one out too. Fingers crossed. Okay, so that's where they are. Titanic is still going along fantastically. It's going to be huge. This ship is going to be absolutely humongous when it's finished. 1 to 200 scale is probably one of the biggest things I've built yet. And we still are cracking on. I'm still doing my little modifications where I can, and there's other little modifications that I'd really, really like to look into doing on the Titanic. So again, that is a work in progress, basically. I'm still doing it weekly because we are quite far into that build now. The same with DeLorean, that will be weekly. So if I go on to the Miura build is coming along superb. I've had a few issues with it lately. Things just not right with it. But it is an older part work. It is an older part work from Hachette. As you can see on the packaging when we get it, it does say Hachette on it. So, you know, you've got to understand that these things, you know, do degrade over time and they might just not be right. We've had the same, I think, with the Disney Dolls house from Hachette. So that's the Miura. One of the things that did come up on the channel this month was the train track. So yes, I am hopefully going to bring the train track back to the channel. I've got some huge plans, but it's just getting it into action to start off with. As you can see from that video I did, I've got the track, I've got the trains, I'm all ready to go, but I need to sort out the base. I then need to sort out some buildings and bits and pieces. And what I'm doing now, actually what's on the current 3D printer, is actually something for the train track. I'm just doing a test 3D print with it and just to see what it looks like as it comes out. So the train track will be returning to the channel. I've just got to figure out how. And I may have to hire a very large skip to get rid of a load of stuff for it to happen. But that pleases me anyway, because I like to have a good clear out. It's just my nature. Okay, so there are a few new builds that are going to be coming to the channel, and the first one is this. Okay, so here we have the Lancaster bomber. This is Hachette. Now, this is something I didn't think I would be able to do because of my fine motor skills, but they are returning at last, thank goodness. I'm not getting the shakes anymore. I'm not getting the problems I've had before. So thankfully, this is something I definitely want to look into doing. This is more for my dad and my granddad, basically. They absolutely love the story of the Dam Busters. They love the aircraft of the Lancaster bomber. So this is one I'm definitely going to be doing after the Spitfire. Although we have problems with the Spitfire, you know, this is what I want to do. And it's not put me off. So this is definitely something that will be coming to the channel soon. Another one that's going to be that I've signed up for as well is this one here. And this is the U96 boat. Now, this had a trial stage. I think it's still in its trial stage. It is live in other countries in Europe. But again, because I enjoyed the Spitfire so much, I really want to do this as well. So I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, that might be coming to the channel, but we don't know if we're going to get a full run of this at the moment. We'll just have to wait and see. This could be a couple of years down the line that we do this, so, you know, just gotta look out for it. I have signed up, so hopefully if it does go live, that we will hopefully be able to do that build. And I've gone to the wrong camera there. There we go. I should use my Stream Deck, because that would be just so much easier. Okay. Right, so there are another few things out there that I will put on. And one of the first ones is this by Fan Home. Now, obviously, this is the Build the Infinity Gauntlet. If you scroll down, it tells you everything about it. Fan Home are really pushing this right now. Really pushing it. But there's no release date on it yet. It's just on a pre-order. Although it looks really nice, I'm not a Marvel fan. I really am not a Marvel fan. And to me, I don't even have younger children that are Marvel fans. So, for me, no. Not something I'll be doing. Anyway. Right, so we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, so if we move on to the next thing, here we have the Optimus Prime. Now, oh gosh, this one's difficult. And the reason why this one's difficult is I'm an 80s kid. When the Transformers program came out, the cartoon, I was at that age where I absolutely loved it. But it looks, I don't know, it's very toyish to me. I did have the original Optimus Prime when I was young. I think I got it for about my 5th birthday. And it looks really nice, but I'm going to have to wait. If I was to do this, I'd have to wait for a few things to end. So it's maybe when I probably look down on the line, but right now, probably not. I'm a late person to these things. I really am. I never really do them when they come out. So with the Optimus Prime, probably not in my eyes at the moment. It is something I would love to do, but no. The Bismarck. Now, the Bismarck, as you know, is not with me at the moment. It is with John Builds Iconic Military Models, who is building it for me. As you know, I did find that build very hard to do. And when my fine motor skills were at their worst, I just couldn't do it at all. John happily took it on for me. He picked it up and is happily building with that. So I will do something when that comes back to me. I'll do a finishing video and everything for that one. So I'm looking forward to seeing that when that comes back. Because that is an absolutely superb model. Then we move on to the dreaded Spitfire. Oh, goodness me. Right, so yes, I have problems with the Spitfire. I'm not going to lie, and I haven't fixed them. Basically, the base, it needs a new circuit board. I have a circuit board for it. I did get a issue 100 from Hachette. So I have the circuit board for it, and yes, I need to go in there and I need to replace that circuit board. I also need to have a look at the landing gear on the Spitfire as well, and I need to fix that. Now, it's not the case of I haven't looked into it yet, I'm just lazy. It's the case of that model is just, it's a headache. It's a real massive headache, and I don't even know if what I'll do to it will fix the problem. I'm hoping it will do, and I can finish it off and display it where, you know, properly, and I can show people how it works. But we just don't know what's going to happen with that one, guys. We really don't. I've got everything to fix it. It's just, it's quite far down the line in my priorities at the moment. It looks good as a static model, and then you see, you've got to understand is how many times you switch these things on when it's finished. You know, it's one of them catch-22 things. You know, do I switch it on? Do I not switch it on? Or, You know, you just wonder. And I'm not too keen on when you start that Spitfire up, the way it goes into certain positions, and it just sounds awful. But I will get that sorted, hopefully in the near future, when I've got a little bit more time on my hands. Been a bit obviously busy lately with things, and I did have a bit of a break in the new year, just to sort of recharge the batteries and just get back up to, you know, a lot better to how I was before. I won't go into all the details on that one, but things are a lot better than they were before, which is fantastic to know. So that's about really it for the builds of what I'm planning to do, what I'm not planning to do. I never say never on the channel, as you know. Things do happen, things come along, and you change your mind about things. I just want to finish some builds. The nearest one to finishing, which will, I think the last payment goes out for it, is the Bismarck in June this year. So I've only got a few months left on that one, and once that one's finished, that's another one I can tick off that's done list, and then just wait for it. Down the line, probably the next one would be the DeLorean to finish. Then after that would probably be the Titanic to finish. And then after that would be the camper and probably the Lamborghini and the Rossi bike. The problem is at the moment is a lot of the builds I'm doing, they're at the beginning stages. They were only at like the 6-month mark with them. So, you know, they're not in any way or shape or form near the end at all. Which is great because I know I'm going to carry on building, but it doesn't free up much for new builds that could be coming to the channel very, very, you know, soon. Which is a bit disheartening because it's nice to have a new build. It's really nice just to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that one. I'm gonna really do that. But I'm happy with my choices, which is the main thing. I don't build anything I'm not interested in. I don't build something just for the sake of building it because it's new and it's out there and it's getting all these views. I'm not collaborated by any company whatsoever on YouTube. I don't work with any of the part work companies at all. What I get is what I get myself, you know, and I will always give an honest opinion of the builds that I'm doing, that I'm paying for, within my right, because that's what I'm doing, that's what I'm paying for, and that's what you know, what it's all about. I'm just wishing they bring a Star Wars build out. That's my next thing. I really wish they just bring something out. You know, we've done the Millennium Falcon, we've done the R2-D2, we've done the X-Wing, and they were done in quite quick succession of each other. So first of all, we had the Millennium Falcon, which was still one of my favourite builds. Then after the Millennium Falcon ended, we got the R2-D2 pretty quick. And again, that was one of my favourite builds. I built that on a carpet in my living room at my old house. You know, there was none of this YouTube jazz or anything, build tables. I literally built that on my living room carpet. Would you believe it? You know? Sat on my sofa or just sat down on the ground. I did that with the Millennium Falcon. I built that again on my living room carpet. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. But back then, you see, I could save, I could get 4 issues and then not build anything for about 6 months of it, and just say one day, right, I'm going to build 6 months of Millennium Falcon. It's a bit different when you do it on YouTube because obviously people want to see how you're progressing, and you kind of have to keep up to date, even though if you're like me, take a break and you've got 4 or 5 packs of goodness knows what behind you that you've got to build. But yeah, it's crazy when I think about it that I was building these things on a carpet in my living room, and there was no fancy build desk or no fancy tools. It was a simple screwdriver that I got from B&Q and, you know, some cheap glue that I bought. You look back at them days and you just think, how did I even do that? But, you know, it's how I started, and you should never forget how you started with these things. You know, it's very humble. I think it was... What got me into YouTube was the batteries for the R2-D2. I had no clue about batteries at all. I knew we had AA, I knew we had AAA, and we had all the fun sizes you can get at shop, but the R2-D2 comes along and says, right, you need these, you need these, you need these, and I've got to be these, these. And it's like, what? What? I've never heard of them batteries in my life. So you start putting them into eBay. No. Amazon? No. Google? No. Like, nobody's heard of these batteries. And we were all sat there waiting. come on, D'Agostini, tell us the link where we can get these back. And it never came. It never happened. So it was just like, oh dear. And that's how I fell into YouTube, because I had to start searching Height and Mighty, and it was through Facebook on an R2D2 group where people were posting videos from YouTube about the R2D2 build that I got into YouTube. It was just fell into place, and the next build that I started was the X-Wing, and that's what I started off on the channel many times ago. I mean, I was doing the Red Bull Racer, which is up there, and the Hummer, and I was doing that on the living room carpet, would you believe? I think when I started the channel, I was still finishing off the Hummer. That only had a few more bits to go, so it is crazy. But, you know, I'm happy with the builds that I've done. I'm happy with the build choices that I'm doing at the moment. I wouldn't stop or pause any for anything at the moment unless something major happens, like Eagle Moss. But we won't go there. We won't go there. I don't want to bore you guys for my rants on Eagle Moss. It's a sad situation because they were one of the biggest companies with part works and collectibles, and they have been around for such a long time. And yes, we had problems with I had problems with Eagle Moss. I was weekly phoning them up, ranting and raving at them, and it's like, why have you taken this payment? Why have you changed it to this? Why have you changed? And it was just my Sunday live streams used to be just rant on Eagle Moss, really. If I think I did a Sunday live stream now, it'd be pretty much boring because I haven't got that to fall back on. But you got to think about the people that worked there, and you got to think about the people that lost their jobs in a hard time as well. You know, cost of living was going up and people lost their jobs, and it's not nice. It really is not nice. And it does happen. It happens to, I mean, you look at in this country, I'm talking about the UK, we lost quite a few of our major stores that we didn't think you'd ever lose because we're an institution. Woolworths, British Home Stores, Mothercare, you know, Toys R Us, even though that's American, but, you know, we lost these companies that we thought would never ever lose. We thought we'd never, you know, we'd never see them go into administration and shut down. And then suddenly the big high street chains out there were closing, and it's, you know, as a child I remember going to certain stores. You know, my mum used to drag me around, me and my sister around, you know, the town centre on a Saturday, looking at these shops, and we used to go into there, and it's disheartening, but it's just one of them things that happens, and us as the customers just cannot help that, and you just got to think about the workers that were there that have lost their jobs and are facing really difficult times. Anyway, I think I've rambled on for enough today of the update. I have got a few things exciting coming to the channel. I'm hopefully going to be starting a new live stream. That's still in the sort of, I'm trying to sort it out stages. So just keep an eye. Things might crop up when things that you don't think are going to crop up. And I'm just thinking about just doing a live stream, me at the bench, just rambling on like this, really, just talking away, reading out people's comments. You know, just general chit chat and whatever goes on, see if we can have a good laugh at the same time. We do have a new Facebook group. Now, I've set up a Facebook group for the channel. We're doing really well. We've got quite a few members, not major, a lot of members, but we've got quite a few members, which is fantastic. The link down to the group is down below in the description. Please check it out. Just come and join in the fun. It's really good fun. A lot of friendly, nice people in there. And it's just a way for people to share their builds, anything creative. And, you know, it's also nice that I can put announcements in Facebook. Some people don't watch the announcements on YouTube. They can tend to look for Facebook and social media. So I just decided, I think long overdue was a group for the channel. So that's why I created it. And hopefully we'll see some good things. So check the description, check the link out down there. For the Facebook group. It's just a real nice laugh. There's also the Patreon and membership. I don't do that good on the Patreon side, I've got to admit. I'm going to try harder. So if you want to support the channel in any way, please check out the Patreon. We do have channel membership. I have been doing catch up lately, so I've been releasing videos as soon as I've more or less done them. Normally, I send them out to Patreon and channel members first. They get the exclusive look of what's coming, and then the next day they're released to the general public and whatnot. I have done a few other videos for Patreon in the past. I really love to start doing live streams for patrons and stuff, but I just need the numbers, and that's the thing that's stopping me at the moment. So if you want to help support the channel, please check out the Patreon, please check out the membership down below, and you know, come along and help and join in the fun, the crazy whatever I do. Yeah. Okay, so there is all that. Also down in the description, these are in every video I do. There are the social media links to everything. So we're talking Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz. They're all down there. There's the email down there if you want to email me and all that. So yeah, please come along. Please, you know, come and join. It's all there. It doesn't cost anything unless you're doing Patreon and channel membership. But then, you know, that's everybody's choice at the end of the day. But it's there, and you know, any money I make on the channel, you know, whether it be ad revenue or whether it be Patreon or whatever, everything goes straight back into the channel. So you know, it all goes back into modeling tools or models or anything like that. Everything I make on the channel, it's not an income, it's just a little bit of, you know, a little bit of play money just to buy some new tools, buy a few new bits, and try and keep continuing the work that I'm trying to do. So yeah, if you want to help them, please, that's where it is. Anyway, enough of me rambling on and on and on and on. I know I've said that once already, but this is definitely me enough rambling on and on. So that's my quick update on the channel, guys. Thanks ever so much for tuning in. Watch this space with a lot of things, because a lot of things, you know, I'm trying to keep the channel as fresh as I can. And I think it's important to do that, and it's important to look at new ways of doing things and not be quite complacent in what you're already doing. So I'm a person who likes to challenge myself, so I'm always looking at new ways to freshen things up, new ways to look at new things, or I'm always looking in this room thinking, I really want to renovate it, I really want to do something different, and maybe move my computer over there and put a desk up over there. And then maybe, you know, I've got this desk and I put some shelves up here and I could have more model. Oh gosh, the list is endless. It really is. But then again, you know, there's cost of it and everything, but that might be way down in the future in the summer. But for that, I'd have to shut the channel down, redecorate in here, and then fire it all back up again. So we'll just have to see how it goes and see what happens. That's all we can do. Anyway, I'll do my usual spiel at the end and then we'll go. So anyway, if you like this update, please can you give it a massive thumbs up. If you, you know what, I've forgotten what I'm doing. Okay, start again. Okay, if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell and be notified of any future issues. But as for always, guys, stay safe and bye for now. And no, I will not be editing that part out.